Hello Airfix fans and welcome back to another episode of Flight Deck. My name's Nathan and I'll be your captain on this journey. Let's see what's coming up in this month's episode. We take a look at the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight Set, as the 11th of July marks the 65th anniversary of the inauguration of the BBMF. We look at the new re-released Westland Lynx, and we look back at the Women's Auxiliary Air Force, as June commemorated the 83rd anniversary of the WAAF's formation. A lot to get to this month, so let's get straight into it. I'm Nathan, we're Airfix, and this is Flight Deck. The Women's Auxiliary Air Force was formed in June 1939. Women took on a range of different roles within the WAAF, from kitchen orderlies and drivers to mechanics and engineers, as well as taking aerial photographs and providing weather reports. Established shortly before the Second World War, the WAAF was a reaction to a potential war in Europe. Conscription was introduced from December 1941, and by July 1943, 182,000 women were part of the WAAF ranks. Over 250,000 women served in the Women's Auxiliary Air Force. 183,317 were volunteers, with 33,932 women conscripted. The majority were aged between 18 and 40. The Westland Lynx is a British multi-role helicopter that has seen service in both land-based army forms as well as ship-based naval variants. Entering service in 1977, the Lynx has since seen many upgrades and improvements throughout its service history. The Mk.88 naval variant entered service for the Royal Navy in the early 1990s, and has since gone on to provide them with an excellent maritime attack helicopter, performing well in the anti-submarine role, as well as search and rescue and more recently anti-piracy operations off the coast of Somalia. Fiercely armed with either missiles, depth charges or a heavy machine gun, the Lynx is a formidable machine and is more than capable of taking on the best of the world's surface vessels, as well as any potential underwater threat. The Lynx has since been replaced by the Wildcat in Navy and Army service. The inauguration of the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight was on the 11th of July 1957 at RAF Biggin Hill. Initially called the RAF Historic Aircraft Flight and consisted of 3 PR Mk.90 Spitfires and a Hurricane, LF-363, sharing the same RAF airfield as the Typhoons, which provide Britain's southern sector QRA cover. The historic aircraft of the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight are some of the most famous aircraft in the UK, and not only serve as a flying memorial to those thousands of service personnel who represented the Royal Air Force during the Second World War, but also an effective recruitment tool for the modern force. Our Battle of Britain Memorial Flight Kit includes an Avro Lancaster B Mark III, a Supermarine Spitfire Mk.90A and a Supermarine Spitfire PR-19. This month was the premiere of the brand new documentary Lancaster. We were lucky enough to have the co-director and co-producer on an episode of Sprue Talk last month. The documentary is now out in selected cinemas and is available on video on demand platforms. Check out a clip from the Sprue Talk special last month.
It comes through with, even if you look at the 2 posters for the 2 films, it's very telling that recently, at the screening recently, someone said to me that wasn't a film about Lancaster, it was a film about those who flew Lancaster, which is really telling, you know, and so we originally saw Spitfire as I've said before, a machine with a soul. It's an extraordinarily beautiful, balletic machine with a soul. Lancaster is a machine with 7 souls. And that's important because there's that team, there's that crew of people who live and die together, live for each other. And they're randomly thrown together, like some sort of game show. They're randomly put together, and yet their lives depend on one another. Yeah. You know, and the moral ambiguity of war imposed upon those 19-year-olds, and I was going to say choices they made, but they didn't have any choice. They didn't have a choice in the matter. And they went and did that. And that's why when you look at the poster for Spitfire, it is a cloud which resembles a Spitfire, and the beauty of that. Yeah. It's part of the nation, if you like. And Lancaster, the crew comes first and the plane second. Yeah. And it's telling for me in that way, because that's how our film has evolved actually in the telling. It's their voices. Their voices need to be heard. This is the first and last time some of these guys are going to speak about what happened to them. And so this is their legacy.
We are delighted to announce the first of the annual Airfix Aviation Photo Awards. Exceptional photography deserves exceptional presentation, and so to celebrate the wonder that is aviation, we bring you this brand new competition aimed to inspire interest in this thrilling world on wings through the medium of photography. Every picture tells a story, and now it's time to tell yours. The winner of the first annual Airfix Aviation Awards will receive up to £250 to spend in the Airfix website, the Airfix Aviation Photo Award Trophy, publication on the homepage, award and Airfix Club members' website pages, an article by Michael Clegg, author of Aerodrome and Workbench, and posting on official brand social media accounts with mentions. The runner-up of the first annual Airfix Aviation Awards will receive up to £50 to spend on the Airfix website, mentions in an article by Michael Clegg, author of Aerodrome and Workbench, and posting on official brand social media accounts with mentions. There's no community quite like that of the aviation and model-minded. Share your incredible photography and models with the entire Airfix community, made up of over 250,000 followers. Include your name and photograph details for us to repost. In order to participate in the competition, you must have the following: a minimum of 1 to 5 photos. The photograph must be all your own work. Along with your photography, please send some info about the picture, such as what it is, where it was taken, the camera or the lens you used, and your name. Photos will be judged on quality, relevance to the theme, rarity and creativity. To upload your submissions, click on the link below and head over to the Airfix website. Good luck. Did you know that you can donate your flying hours that can be found on box fronts to Models for Heroes? Models for Heroes is the first charitable organisation in the UK to support the use of model making hobbies within former and current armed forces and emergency service personnel in the United Kingdom. The beginning of this month marks Models for Heroes' 5th year anniversary. Happy birthday Models for Heroes, and thanks for everything you do. Here's a short clip from one of Models for Heroes videos. To watch it in full, please check out the link below and head over to their channel.
When I got flown back into Brize Norton, I saw 2 Vikings on the flight pan being loaded onto a Galaxy transport, and that brought a tear to my eye. I don't want to just walk away from it, you know, it's part of my life really, and if that's there, that's there. I'll shed my tear, move on. You know, I've grown up around all these vehicles and history, and you know, it's something I don't want to just block away. I think it's something that, you know, a doctor or a specialist could prescribe to someone. If they want something to keep those bad days at bay, or to take their mind off it, I would say give it a go yourself, and you know, don't knock it till you've tried it.
To find out more about what Models for Heroes do and how to donate flying hours, click on the link below. Now let's head over to your kits to see some of your builds from the past month. Stunning work on the 72nd scale A4B. Leave a comment if you've built this kit before. One of what is sure is a stunning series of builds by Anthony Bexey. What a beautiful 48th scale Sea Fury. And finally, a stunning recreation of the Bristol Blenheim Mark I in 48th scale. That's all we have time for in this month's episode of Flight Deck. Let us know in the comments below what's on your workbench this weekend. As always, please like and subscribe. Nathan, over and out.